Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Wednesday, which means there are no rules. I can choose any map that I like off of the workshop, and this one has been staring at me for well over a month. It was on the Steam Monthly Map Chart show back in June, and I put up my long list of things to do then. It's finally worked its way to the very top, because these things finally do. So I'm only a month behind, guys. I'm only a month behind. The location is a real location in Germany, hence it looks a bit like a satellite view, so that's a good thing, I would say. And it's called Schwerin by Heinze. Now, two of the most German looking names I've ever seen in my entire life, so I'm probably pronouncing them both very incorrectly. Let's have a look at the start square. I'm using the wrong LUT here. We will use the right LUT for the fly-through, guys, but the start square looks fine to me. And then in terms of resources, not much in the 25 tiles, but a little note about the info box top right hand corner. I will talk about that during today's show. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? If we scroll down, not much. There is a Temperate Coast X and Owl's Cinematic LUT pack, and I'm using the standard V1 on off from that. Right, let's do a little fly through and have a look. And it looks pretty good. It does look pretty good. The roads look fine. There's a little bit of road glitching down the middle, but not too much. It's pretty reasonable. I was talking about the info box in the top right hand corner. Now, I have been incorrect with air routes lately, saying that some maps haven't had them, and it seems that since the last update, air routes are not clearly showing up on my overview map as I'm doing my fly through, to tell me that, hey, look, there is shipping routes, and oh look, then there's air routes too. Sometimes they do, many times they're not. So from now on, I'll be using that info box to tell me if there are air routes, and so I won't get anything else wrong. A bit like Florence, Toscana. We'll talk about that map in a second. Yes, a little bit of pop-in with trees there. Can't blame the map creator for that. I'm not going to blame them. We see it every now and then on the random maps. I don't know what causes it. A little bit of popping in with the highway as well there. But it looks really nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. So I'm not sure if it's just going to be me with this one. I have to assume that it is just me. But a little bit of road glitching there. That will be everybody, I would suggest. But yeah, with the pop-in, I have to assume that this is system-based, I think. Although I've been told that maps I've done in the past that you, the subscriber, have had similar pop-in problems, so it could well be you as well. Very nice bridge there, very smooth actually, very nicely done. Excellent. Yes, no, Florence, Toscana, don't quite start together parallel at the beginning. Nothing majorly wrong with that. I think they would have in this location built them off together. Yeah, parallel with each other at that point. And then off towards the fog, so we should have a look at the rail in a second. Yeah. So yes, Florence, Toscana, I downmarked it. This is running along in the fog, by the way. I downmarked it from 5 to 4 stars for playability, and this bridge is too low. And we'll come back and have a look at that. Too low, just inches above the water there. We are kind of in the fog, so almost forgivable. But I feel that this map does feel like it's intended to be perfect right up to the edge, so I am including that one in the score. Yes, so I marked Florence, Toscana down from 5 stars to 4 for gameplay potential, and because it didn't have an air route and it could have done with one, and it did have air routes. So I'm now officially stating here and now that that particular map from a few days ago, I don't have the number to hand, but you can easily look it up on my playlists. Florence, Toscana does get 5 stars for gameplay potential. Right. Anyway, yes, and onwards we go. The rail's fine. We got one highway route running across, and we've got a couple of rail routes running across. You know, forking off, and it's very sweet. Very flat map. So really easy for a big city build. I would suggest here's the second split on the rail. We'll move straight on. But yes, yeah, lots of room for a big city build if you want to on here. The only grumble there would be, I think it would need another couple of highway connections to be able to cope with a huge city build. So there, we'll take that one in. Anyway, what to do? Let's do that asset review. Now today's asset is beautiful, absolutely lovely. Another one of those Lost Gecko treasures. It's the Troyes Shop 1 France. Wood framed, very well dated, but with that modern shop front at the bottom. See this a lot. We do see this a lot. In fact, my personal trading premises is very similar. Not in style, because I'm in the UK and this is very much a French kind of feel to it. But yeah, my building is Georgian with a modern shop front as well on the lower grounds. So yes, I can really feel for this one. I am also using the wrong theme this week. I do apologise. I clicked on the custom pavement theme in error. It should have been the concrete pavement, but that's nothing to do with this asset, because this asset is spot on. Beautiful work from Lost Gecko again. One of the best creators out there, and I love their work. Troyes Shop 1 France, Lost Gecko, today's asset of the day. And off to Themington Island, where we'll have a look at Stray Cats theme nature reserve, SCT nature reserve by Rafa, with the dark green LUT, which is from the great creator Creative Dex, of course, Dex. Right, okay, shall we see if we can squeeze in 3 little short factoids today? What do you reckon? Think we can do that? If I stop talking about other things, maybe I can. I know, I'm wibbling. Wrong page. Oh, I might run out of time. I'm on the wrong page. Quick, turn to the right page. Still on the wrong page. I'm there. I've made it. 25% of Americans and Europeans catch 4 or more colds a year. Maybe they could prevent that by getting some vitamin C, and a good source of vitamin C is grapefruit, of which 70% of the world's source comes from Florida. And we'll finish with 12% of an egg's weight consists of its shell. There we are. I told you I squeezed 3 in. I told you I did. I know I did. I have. I managed it. Right. There are no shipping routes. There are no air routes. Oh, there are air routes. Sorry. Yes, I promise you I'd take that info box at the bottom. There are air routes there. I have scammed along the outside of the map, and there are there. This river, this does flow. There is water flowing down here. It's a little bit shallow, but it does work. And then the water pours into this like central lake area in the middle. And if we have a look at, let's have a look at the smaller lake first of all. And there's a little bit of water movement in there. It's very slight. Little lake down here. No motion in that one at all. Let's have a look at the main lake. Here's the middle of the main lake, and you can just see a little arrow there. There's slight motion in the lake over here, which is good. But where's it going to? It's alright the water moving about, but if that sewage is just getting moved about, it's not really much use to anybody. Over here you can see we have got a lot of movement coming through here from this outer side. So is that water pushing in from the edge of the map? Quite possibly. And yeah, we've got some motion here, quite a big chunk of motion here. So there's a water source there. You can see the water moving out from the middle there, and the arrows going in all directions, pushing this way. And is there a drain over here maybe? Maybe there's a drain about... Oh, still coming down. Yeah, about here maybe. Yeah, I would suggest there's a drain right there. Let's go into... Yeah, there we go. So, what we've got are sources, water sources, all over that lake. The only grumble that I've got is, first of all, does it need as many as it has? Probably not. But they all seem to be of roughly about exactly the same level. Like here, see? is literally right at the lake's edge, and this one as well, literally right at. We're talking very, very slight difference between them all. In fact, every single one on the map is almost exactly at the same level. So I think the draining is almost accidental. I mean, that's why there's so little water movement in the lake. I think a little bit, dropping one or two of those down just a little bit, just to get the water moving, and that could draw away the sewage much faster. Anyway, we do have this pop in with the trees. It's a bit disappointing. Not the map creator's fault, probably. I can't see how it is. I honestly don't see how the map creator could have done anything about that. The water is very shallow. This is your start square, and that would be where you're drawing your water from, I would suggest, in that kind of area. So until you actually get hold of the lake, you're probably going to be struggling a little bit. Do a fly through over here, and so some popping of trees. No, there's actually no trees there. Oh look, there's up here you can see the squares where these areas just are not popping in until you get in really close, and it's very odd. It is just those squares there. It indicates something. I'm not sure what it indicates, but it does indicate something. Any techno people out there that know what's going on, please, please, please stick it in the comments down below. That would really be helpful to everybody, especially the map creators that are having this problem. You've got the same over here as well. These are popping in. There is actually plenty of tree coverage down there. It just looks like it's been forest cleared, doesn't it? A little fly through over here, a little bit fertile. Like I say, resources, not much in the way in the central 25 tiles, but we do have, you know, if you want to push outside and build up with like the 81 tile mod, then you could definitely you know, make use of those. Got one token beach down here, which is fine. Minor grumble about the tree location on there, and seems a bit of a sloping. I don't know. It's a bit of an odd feature on that beach there. I don't know if it's intended. Got a token little castle there, just a token little castle, and it's the essential lighthouse. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not entirely sure why we got a lighthouse there. What you know, what purpose? Maybe it exists there in real life, but I'm not buying into it on this particular map. Aesthetically, ignoring pop-in, of course, ignoring pop-in. Aesthetically, I think it looks very nice. I think there's a good feel to it, and I'm going to give this a very solid 4 stars for aesthetics. Detailing, it's hard to call on this one. There's nothing wrong with it. You've got that slightly low bridge and whatever. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing massively right with it either. I was tempted to give it a 4th star, but the more I looked at it, the more I erred back to a high 3. It's a high 3 borderline 4. I'm giving 3 for detail though. Gameplay potential, I'm giving this 3 stars for gameplay potential because I think it really does, to bring it out to its full potential, need a second, or it's need a 3rd or 4th highway connection. But other than that, I think you can have a really good fun time building on this one. Schwerin by Heinze, and I probably underrated it a little bit somewhere. It probably gets a 4th star for gameplay or detail. I don't know if I could give one for both. Certainly don't want to give it the seal of approval because there are many other maps that are as good, which I think deserve the seal of approval a little bit more. But still very nice work though. Nothing wrong with that map at all. Nothing at all. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for more What Map, and join me tonight for Ostriv, because Ostriv. Have a great day now.